Bill Spalding back with you here on the Charles, getting set for third varsity lightweight crew between Harvard and Navy. The Crimson's third boat comes in after dominating Dartmouth and MIT last week. Harvard finished in 7:13.9. That was 25 seconds ahead of Dartmouth and 30 seconds ahead of MIT. So it was a wire-to-wire easy victory for the Crimson. They'll be pushed today against Navy, a Navy team that has won both 5th varsity and 4th varsity already today. The midshipmen dominated Georgetown last week at 3rd varsity, winning by 29 seconds. Take a look at the boats. We'll start with Navy, where their 3rd varsity is coxswained by Grace Albertson, a sophomore. Sophomore Will Herbert's in the stroke seat. Connor White is seniors in seat 7. Sophomore Michael Pentalieri is in seat 6. Freshman Hank Forsyth in seat 5. Sophomore Brant McGuigan sits in seat 4. Freshman Sam Haber sits in seat 3. Freshman Matt Shirley in seat 2. And the bow is sophomore Brian Colasco. Meanwhile, for Harvard, you flip to the 3rd boat, and James Dreben is the sophomore coxswain. Eli Levitt sits in the stroke seat. Nolan Thomas, a freshman, is in seat 7. Sophomore Patrick Anderson in seat 6. Freshman Niles Lauerberg in seat 5. Mitchell Cole, a junior, in seat 4. Ian Mayer, a sophomore, in seat 3. Freshman Patrick Hansen in seat 2. And the bow is junior Luke Farrell, and you see in both these boats the changes to rowing over the last couple of years with the ability to intersperse freshmen into your varsity boats. Crimson will not race a first freshman boat today. They have freshmen in each their 1st, 2nd, and 3rd varsity boats. Now, Harvard wearing the crimson is the far boat. Navy in the aptly worn navy blue is in the close boat. That said, as we have alignment off and running in 3rd varsity. The Crimson and the midshipmen getting set. First of 3 consecutive races we'll bring to you on the Ivy League Digital Network. Will be followed by 2nd varsity and then the 1st varsity race for the Haynes Cup. Beautiful day for racing. Just a very slight headwind. Very calm Charles River today. Officially set to go off in about 30 seconds or so they'll hold at alignment and get going. On this gorgeous Saturday, Harvard and Navy are away at 3rd varsity. Navy coming out at a good clip, stroking at about 44 for the first few. Harvard answering Navy right back. Crimson and midshipmen even through the first few strokes. Now this is important to try and stem the tide a bit for Harvard here at this 3rd varsity race. Navy's had lopsided wins at 5th varsity and 4th varsity. Harvard wants to turn things around as they head to the top boats and that Haynes Cup battle. A big win for Harvard over Dartmouth and MIT last week by 25 seconds. Navy dominated Georgetown. Both these teams have had very tough schedules so far. The Navy crew going up against 3 other Ivy foes ranked in the top 6, Yale, Princeton, and Columbia. Harvard has taken on top-ranked Cornell, 8th-ranked Penn, and number 7. Harvard keeping a good pace, about 38 strokes per minute. That the rhythm they'll look to settle into over the middle 500 to 1,000 before then turning it on again down the stretch. They have a slight lead early here on Navy's 3rd vote. Harvard under the tutelage of Michael Bartman in his 2nd season. Mikhail Bartman in his 2nd season for Harvard as the head of the lightweight crew squad. 3-time Olympic medalist, won a gold Navy's coached by Sean Bagnall, who graduated from Washington State in 1999, and a guy who's pretty familiar with the Charles River, Ryan Archer of Dartmouth, is the assistant coach for Navy's lightweight crew. Very even start through the first 500 for Navy and Harvard. Coming up close to neck and neck as we head towards the bridge. Been some changes throughout the Harvard lightweight boats over the first few weeks. Tons of changes last week. Bit more consistent this week, but still some mixing and mashing with all these different freshmen for Harvard that are earning their places in these varsity boats. I'll see Harvard with 3 freshmen in this third varsity boat. Crimson have 1 freshman in the second varsity boat, but then Harvard has 4 freshmen in the first varsity boat. So the future bright for this young squad, Mikhail Bartman's group. His first full recruiting class as well, as he joined the program last year. But your first off season as a head coach, you kind of jump into the recruiting game late. Your second off season is when you can really bring in a full class. Looks like Navy may have inched slightly ahead as we head under the bridge through the first halfway. Navy stroking at 36. Harvard stroking at about 35 and a half. So both these teams on very even stroke counts right now, and that's why we have it neck and neck approaching the MIT Boathouse. Be a really close finish. Navy has won the first 2 races today at 5th varsity and 4th varsity, so Harvard's trying to turn things around. Last week, it was a total sweep for Harvard. They won every race in lightweight against Dartmouth and MIT, and that was after Harvard heavyweights had won every race head-to-head against Brown. Still a slight lead for Navy. Closest race we've had so far today as we hit the final quarter. See who makes the first move here and picks up that stroke count. Harvard still stroking at 35, and Navy starting to gain some separation. Navy has turned it up to about 38 strokes per minute, and they've built their lead to close to open water here. Well, it's been a great start for the Navy midshipmen up from Annapolis. The mids look like they'll start 3-0. Final 250. Harvard needs to make a last-ditch run to the line. With sophomore coxswain James Dreeben shouting out the count. Harvard trying to make one last close. Harvard's upped its cadence to about 38 strokes per minute. Navy, though, has plenty of space heading down towards the finish line. Harvard made a little counter, but Navy's now pulling away. To the flag we go. And at 3rd varsity, the Navy midshipmen make it a 3-0 day so far. Navy takes 3rd varsity ahead of the Harvard Crimson. There's the drop of the flag. And it looks like a 4 to 5 second win for Navy. Well, each race has gotten closer from 5th varsity to 4th varsity to 3rd, but 3 in a row for the mids, who are coming off a great weekend last weekend against Georgetown. And boy, it looks like that tough schedule for Navy earlier in the season has certainly helped them as we turn the page now to the warmer part of the season here in mid-April.